Vitamin B6 is a pivotal, yet often overlooked nutrient in immune system regulation, playing an essential role in both innate and adaptive immunity. At its core, B6 supports the production and activation of lymphocytes, especially T cells and B cells, which are the central agents of immune defense. It also contributes to the formation of antibodies, the precise weapons used by the immune system to neutralize pathogens. Despite this, B6 rarely receives mention in mainstream discussions of immune health, which tend to focus almost exclusively on nutrients like vitamin C, zinc, and vitamin D. As a result, its critical immunological functions remain largely unknown to the public and underutilized by clinicians aiming to support immune resilience. The mechanism behind B6's immune benefits lies in its active form, pyridoxal 5-phosphate, PLP, which functions as a coenzyme in numerous reactions involved in amino acid metabolism, cell signaling, and nucleic acid synthesis. These processes are foundational to the rapid replication and specialization of immune cells. PLP is especially vital for synthesizing cytokines, small proteins released by immune cells to regulate inflammation, recruit defense cells, and coordinate immune responses. Adequate B6 ensures balanced cytokine production, not too much to trigger autoimmune responses, but not too little to allow viral or bacterial threats to take hold. This fine-tuned modulation of the immune response is perhaps B6's most underappreciated function. When B6 levels are low, the immune system begins to show measurable signs of dysfunction. T-cell proliferation slows, the activity of natural killer, NK, cells decreases, and the production of interleukin-2, a key cytokine for immune signaling, is impaired. This can leave individuals more susceptible to infections and slower to recover from illness. In fact, studies have found that even moderate B6 deficiency can reduce the antibody response to vaccines, highlighting its importance in both natural and artificial immunity. These subtle impairments can translate into more frequent colds, prolonged recovery times, and a general sense of immune sluggishness, especially in populations under chronic stress or with pre-existing health conditions. Yet, B6 is conspicuously absent from most popular immune-boosting formulas and public health recommendations. Zinc is promoted for its antiviral effects, vitamin C for its antioxidant properties, and vitamin D for its role in pathogen recognition. B6, despite its foundational contributions, is often left out of the picture entirely. This is likely due to its status as a background nutrient, one whose benefits are less immediately visible but no less crucial. Unlike vitamin C, B6 doesn't have a direct antioxidant function. Unlike zinc, it doesn't act as a mineral-based enzyme cofactor with a visible acute phase response. But what B6 does is maintain the underlying infrastructure of immunity, from DNA replication in white blood cells to cytokine balance and cellular communication. This oversight is especially concerning given how common subclinical B6 deficiency is, particularly among vulnerable groups. The elderly, people with chronic inflammatory diseases, pregnant women, and individuals on certain medications, including corticosteroids, anticonvulsants, and theophylline, are all at higher risk for inadequate B6 levels. These are also the very populations that often struggle with immune challenges, slower healing, more frequent infections, and impaired response to vaccines. Addressing B6 insufficiency in these cases could lead to meaningful improvements in immune outcomes, yet it rarely features in treatment discussions. Infections themselves can create a vicious cycle with B6 status. When the body mounts an immune response, it uses up B6 more rapidly to fuel lymphocyte production and synthesize cytokines. At the same time, inflammation increases the need for PLP-dependent enzymes in metabolic pathways. If the diet doesn't compensate with higher B6 intake, the immune system can become strained, leading to prolonged or incomplete recovery. This explains why chronic infections, long-lasting colds, or recurring flu symptoms can sometimes be traced back not just to weak immunity, but to depleted nutrient stores that were never fully restored after the initial illness. In the current landscape of global health, where resilience to infections has become a central concern, B6 deserves a renewed spotlight. Its role is not to act as a miracle cure or immediate shield, but rather to ensure that the complex machinery of immunity operates efficiently, quietly, and sustainably. Whether in antibody production, cytokine signaling, or T-cell activation, B6 is there at every step, just not in the headlines. In summary, vitamin B6 is an unsung cornerstone of immune health, essential for building and sustaining the very cells and signals that protect us from disease. Its deficiency, even when marginal, can weaken the immune response in subtle but significant ways. While other nutrients dominate the conversation, B6 quietly holds the foundation in place. To overlook it in immune support strategies is to miss a crucial element of the body's natural defense system, one that could make the difference between a strong response and a slow, vulnerable one.